Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Further Atlantic Studios, your host, Joe.
The process.
That's me.
Well, you went
Your
RVD.
leader.
Joe.
The process. Anyway, and some guy, Ed.
One of my top three wrestlers growing up as a kid. My three guys. Well, I'm going to say four of them. My four favorite: Randy Orton, Kane, Undertaker, RVD. Those are my four guys.
It just makes sense, doesn't it? It just makes sense.
And I throw Stone Cold in there. Stone Cold was a bit before my time. I didn't watch him in his
Booker T
prime,
top 10, but yeah. Booker T has to
top 10 too much. I'll take a day to do a top 10.
Yeah, but Booker T has to make top 10, no problem. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is our picks. This is our pick episode. We have to pick for week 2 coming up. Obviously, we had an exciting first week. We recapped that in the last video. I'm still winning, still going ahead, still going strong, but it's a new year. Same me, But I believe that means I have the first pick of this round.
Sí, señor.
And I'm not even going to lie to you. I didn't even look way too tough. But one thing I'm going to make sure I take is the Bucks versus the Falcons. They're not at the Falcons this week, innit? So home game for them.
That was the third team I wanted.
The third? You want? Wait, hold on. Why would that not be your first? The Falcons.
You'll see why. Anemic. Yeah, to be fair, that is true. But then we all know the Falcons can kill you. Even if you pick them or don't pick them, they can kill you in what we do.
Nah, because they don't have Julio anymore. So now people are less scared.
I mean, Titans seem scared of Julio. Tampa Bay. Sorry, I'm just jotting it down. I'm trying to find it in my list of fixtures. When do they play? They
play Sunday. Sunday 9 o'clock.
Yeah. They're Sunlight fixture. Cool. So that's JA. Pick one. Cool. I mean, Bucks looked pretty good, and the Falcons did not. Again, as I was mentioned to you earlier, I was really disappointed by their performance over the weekend against the Eagles. I thought the Eagles were not going to put up much of a fight, but golly, I was wrong. So that is your first pick. My second pick, I am taking. You're gonna like this. So this feels like a very safe pick. I'm taking the New England Patriots over the New York Jets.
I mean, yep, that would be. Was it at the Patriots or at the Jets?
It's in New York. It's in New
York. Yeah. I would have picked that. I'm not gonna lie. I still, like I said, don't have faith in the Jets. No. And the Pats didn't look too bad with Mac Jones. Obviously, they lost, but they still don't look bad.
Bill Belichick loves these rookie QBs. He is licking his chops. So that's my first pick. Joel, your second pick?
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go with the Rams and Colts.
Damn it.
Oh, yes, sir.
That was my second
what everyone found out last week is that Stafford is Matthew Stafford. Welcome to the world, Matthew Stafford. You now know who he is. He came out of Detroit, lit it up exactly like he did in Detroit. However, people are catching the ball, and he doesn't need a fourth quarter comeback this time.
You know how gutted I am for you to have made that pick. And I think I mentioned it last week as well. I've been actively rooting against the Rams because of obviously Jags draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
And low-key part of me really wants to see the Rams win. Donald deserves a Super Bowl ring, and this Rams team just looks super, super fun. Cooper Kupp is just so effective. These white guy slot receivers, just like, what the hell? Do you know who made an appearance for the Texans on the weekend?
No.
It was the guy who, I think it was either the tying touchdown or the touchdown just before.
Amendola?
Yes. He made an appearance for the Texans. And I was like,
yes, I did see that, yeah.
Where the fuck?
Where did he come from?
Anywho. So on that, my second pick, fourth pick of what we're doing, I've also got them fourth on my board. I am taking Kansas City over Baltimore.
Ooh.
Yes, the injuries are the killer.
Yeah. Where's the game?
Yeah, it's the late Sunday night football game. It's in Baltimore.
Right. So what I would say to this, the Chiefs are the Chiefs. The injuries are hurting the Ravens, but they are not hurting them nearly as much as you would think. to have their whole running back core have to be switched in the first week because all of them got injured is wild. And their running backs were able to come in and break off some runs. So, yeah, I agree with you. However, in my next pick, I'm going to call it a bounce back game for the Bills versus the Dolphins. Obviously, the Bills are looking at
I had that on my bottom tier. I was not sure.
Really? But no, Super Bowl contenders, and they've lost a shot game in week 1, in which they were controlling into halftime. Although they weren't like hitting like they were last year, they were still in control up until halftime. And then the second half happened, and Steel Country comes in handy. Steeler Nation, let's go.
I think you're underestimating the Dolphins a little bit, just like I did at the start of the season. Start of the season, that's like it was fucking 15 weeks ago. Also, it's going to be played down in South Beach.
Yep.
So Buffalo is going to go all the way down to the south, and it could be a little bit too warm for them.
They are expected to be at least in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl. That's winter weather. That's like February stuff.
But
cool. They're made for that.
You're going to have to win. You're going to have to win some games, and we're going to start this week.
So cool. Interesting. So I thought you were going to go for this team. For my 5th pick, I want the San Francisco 49ers over the Eagles. I love the 49ers. Those two California teams. All the California teams. All 3 of the California teams look double decent.
That was going to be my pick, but then I just saw it. It was definitely going to be my next pick. The performance from the Eagles did kind of shock me. Did kind of throw a wrench in my easy pick that I thought it was going to be. But the 49ers, weapons. They look dangerous. Very dangerous. In my next pick, I just don't know. There's a couple that I want to pull the trigger on, but I just don't know. But what I do know is, no. I can't pick 2 bounce back games, can I? I'm going to go with the Saints at the Panthers.
Ooh.
The Saints at the Panthers.
Okay.
I'm surprised it stayed on the board this long because of what we saw. Ed thinks they're going to shut it off, but this is not meant to be a home game for New Orleans, so they know they're away.
Oh, no. What do you mean about shut it off?
Shut off the Saints.
Nah.
I'm fine. They should have picked it up. So I don't know whether you thought it was a fluky game.
I do hear what you're saying. I think maybe the Panthers are okay. I do sort of like their defense.
They did face the Jets. They did face the Jets.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I'm actually surprised this team fell, which maybe I should have took a bit earlier, and I thought you were going to take them next. And it's the Cleveland Browns. Have we not picked them yet? They're against Houston.
The Texans played who?
Jacksonville.
Okay. And
here's the thing, right? Also,
the Browns played the Chiefs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I just, when I see the Browns being the Browns, it leaves a sour taste.
What winning playoff games?
Choking in the fourth quarter.
What? Did they win a playoff game?
Did they choke?
Did they win a playoff game?
Did they choke this?
When was the last time you won a playoff game, Joel?
Who knows? It don't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a new season. It don't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
So it don't matter for them either. Now what?
So I'm taking the Browns over the Texans. Anything you want to say about those two? Two very dangerous teams. The Cardinals have come in firing, and I believe in the Cardinals offense more than I believe in the Browns offense. And both Cardinals? What are you talking about? Talking about Texans?
Sorry.
Giving away picks.
I'm giving a pick. So the Browns and the Texans. The Texans, the way they came out last week. Tyrod Taylor is a good QB. We forget about it because he's always, but he's a good to great QB. He's in that tier there, right?
No, he's just good. Let's not go great.
No, as in good to great. Like he can be great, but he's good. He's good to great. He has his days and off days. That was a great game he played. He's not consistently great, but that was a great game he played. It's just something always goes wrong. And we don't know when it's going to happen, but it didn't happen in that game. The Browns, it did happen for them. They were neck and neck with the Chiefs. They were putting in a great performance, and then suddenly they just, I don't know, they were the Browns. My next pick, I've already baited it out. It's going to be the Cardinals.
They were going to be next.
Versus the Vikings.
Yeah, they were going to be next.
The Vikings. I'm still not inspired by them.
No.
And that's all I have to say on that.
No. I mean, last week I let you take the Vikings over the Bengals. I really wanted the Bengals, and was like, he's probably going to pick the Vikings, and I felt okay with that. Yeah, I just do not trust the Vikings at all. I do like Jefferson. Like, I think he is such a quality receiver, but just that whole Kirk Cousins decision is just it's just hard to watch.
It's looking bad. But then what was the other option at the time? Case Keenum. Those are the two options at the time. So I guess I agreed with him. Case Keenum had a great year. But at the time, it was obviously going to be Kirk Cousins. Now it looks like they paid him too much money. Way too much. Your turn.
Definitely. I am now going to go for, I think this is the team you wanted to pick before, but didn't have the cojones to take because you didn't want another bounce back. I'm taking the Packers over the Lions. The Lions ain't going to do shit. They ain't going to do shit, are they?
Yeah. So like I said, I wanted a bounce back game. Then obviously I had some games in between that I forgot about that. Were up there. But yeah, the Lions. Sorry, my G's. Like, you got Jared Goff. You chipped out your best player. You've replaced him with a guy that isn't as good, and you had the exact same result. Even though he played very well, I guess he had good stats, but the same thing happened. Good stats for no reason.
He made a couple of throws. They popped up on red zone. He made a couple of throws, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" There was one that was so bad, straight to a defender. I was like, "No, what are you doing, Jared?" I felt so bad because I think he is a nice guy, like a nice kid, but it's just so hard.
Yeah. Okay, it is what it is. Yeah, that was one of mine that I didn't have the cojones for. However, this next one, I do.
Sixth pick of the round.
I don't know. And no, I just okay. You know what? Let me take the Bengals at the Bears. As long as the Bears start Andy Dalton, we're all good with this pick. As long as they start Andy, and to be fair, Justin Fields is not ready. If you go by like recent performances, not because he's not good enough, but he just does things that show that show the difference between the NFL level and the college level. But as soon as he cleans those up, he's good to go.
A lot of commentators have been saying how they've noticed a difference amongst the Bears players when Justin Fields is playing compared to Andy Dalton, which I found super fascinating. Because I didn't watch the full game because there's other games going on during that time. I didn't get a chance to see that, and they brought up, and then I went and watched it again. I was like, shit, wow, that is such an interesting thing. I was like, imagine what it must be like in that locker room where you know that your QB2, who's just a rookie, is better than his veteran. I mean, Andy Dalton's a veteran at this point. He's made Pro Bowls before. Like, he's an established person, although he didn't have the greatest the past couple of years, but I was super fast.
In the preseason, you could tell the difference in the players when Justin Fields came on. And you could tell who they believe in. You could tell they know he's the future. But guys, you've got to be able to play when you're on the field, regardless of who's there. You've got to be able to play your best and say you've put in a good account for yourself. Although we all know humans. And so as long as Andy Dalton starts, I think this is a safe pick.
We've got 5 remaining fixtures I find super interesting. Giants, Washington, Thursday Night Football, Raiders, Steelers, Broncos, Jags, Titans, Seahawks, and Cowboys, Chargers. It is now my turn, my 5th pick, I believe. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. I'm taking Washington over New York.
Thank you for that.
Why? Do you not have faith in...
No, I just didn't know who to pick, right? Because obviously, it's once again, it's strength against strength, if you will. Even though some of them, they might not have the best strengths, like the offense for the Giants is their best strength. And you would think it would be the running game. You would think it would be their running game. The strength for the Washington is their defense. I think their defense is better than the Giants' running game or altogether their offense. However, you have to put points on the board, and Fitzpatrick is out. He's out.
I don't think the Giants are any good. I'm just not even. I just don't rate the Giants at all. Washington, I'm not as high on them as you are, but I just don't rate the Giants at all.
You're saying it like I'm high on them. I'm not. I just know that there's no QB for Washington.
But you had them making the playoffs. You had them winning the division.
The Giants
in our preseason predictions. No,
you had them making the playoffs by default.
You had Washington winning the division.
Oh, they're better than the Giants, yeah.
No, but I mean, I had the Cowboys. I had the Cowboys winning the division. You had Washington winning the division. I was like, nah, I don't.
Yeah, and the Cowboys are going to fold. This division is a win by default division.
The AFC South is a win by default division. It's your 7th pick.
Yes, and I'm going to pick the Seahawks versus the Titans. When push comes to shove,
when are you going to pick your boys?
Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me.
Sorry, carry on. Sorry, you were saying Seahawks against the Titans.
When push comes to shove, the person I believe most on that field at that time is Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson. Is he going to put in a performance that could get them to win? Yes. Is Taylor Lewan going to have the performance he had again for a second week in a row? Not at all. But Mr. Unlimited is unlimited. He's shown us. Especially if Tyler Lockett gets to run as open as he did in that last match. Just ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
I was unsure about this because Titans, again, this is week 1. You don't want to overreact to week 1. Of course, you have new information, so you should make new judgments. However, you don't want to overreact. I had this as my last pick because I really wasn't sure about this. And I also had Seahawks. But yeah, super. See how DK Metcalf didn't get much production last week, which I found pretty interesting.
But I don't think you need to. I obviously we want him to, and he's well known, so you would think he does week in, week out. But sometimes it's just literally open the top off, and if you're going to open the top, Tyler Lockett is going to be the one you do it with. For some reason, teams in the league cannot defend against Tyler Lockett. They just can't. I don't know what it is, and he's not as rated as highly as he should be. But for some reason, he's always open 40 yards down the field.
3 games left. I'm going to leave both our teams for the final 2 picks. So I'm going to pick between the Chargers and the Cowboys matchup. And just for clarity, visibility, that was my second to last game, which I wasn't sure about who to pick, Chargers or Cowboys. However, because of how well I felt their O-line was, I was just watching, I was like, oh my gosh, they're just blocking everything. I am taking the Chargers over the Cowboys.
No way.
Yeah.
No, I really thought you were going to hand me this one because you had them in the division. And this one, you snake.
Why?
You snake. Because this is who you had winning the division. You were trying to get on to me about the Giants one.
No, I was trying to get you about Washington.
Yeah, but you picked Washington. So even if I had them win the division, I couldn't pick them because you did. Back your boys who are winning this division. Back your boys.
That's fine. I mean, I just think the Chargers are really, really good.
Yeah, they are. I can't lie. I'm trying to bully you into it, but it's not going to happen. But the only issue I had was in the post-game speech with the Chargers, they talked about guys going down and having to fill in and all that for that game. So I don't know
as long as they're not misinjecting their QBs again, they should be fine. But
that was always something to be careful about.
These 3 Cali teams. Look, it could be an all LA Super Bowl. That would be super sick, an all LA Super Bowl.
Yeah, but not even that. So all 4 of them with the Seahawks as well. I told you that division is ridiculous. Not with the Seahawks, Chargers, Arizona and the 49ers. Is that division? All 4 of them can make the playoffs. And all 4 of them came out like they were ready to go. People were saying instantly that is murderer's row for the Bucks. If the Bucks are to make it, they need to go through all 4 of those teams. And we'll find out. You were going to say something on that on the game?
2 games left, both our teams. So we've got Raiders, Steelers, Broncos, Jags. Which one do you want?
Be very simple, keep it very short and sweet. I'm going Broncos. Rumor has it, Urban Meyer is already wants out. He already wants out.
No, he does not.
Rumor has it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Carry on. Anyway. Yeah, cool. Fine. Doesn't bother me. I wanted the Jags anyway. Yeah. Because, I mean, I think this year and last year is complete opposite. Here, let me tell you why. Last year, we won our first game, then lost the rest of the 15. This year is completely opposite. We're going to lose our first game and win our remainder, right? We're only going to have one loss this year. You heard it here first. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
That's not going to happen. However, are you happy with your QB?
Yeah, no. Completely fine with Trevor. He made a couple of mistakes, but whatever. And I've always said I felt one of our biggest weaknesses, if not our biggest weakness, is our disappointment. I want to say weakness. Our biggest disappointment is our O-line. And it was even more annoying, as I mentioned so many times before last year, because our old head coach was a former O-lineman, an offensive line coach. I think last year he was, I think might be this year as well, was the O-line coach for Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he was a bad coach. It was just annoying that element, you would hope our O-line will be much better, which in my opinion, it wasn't. But no, Trevor, I thought he did pretty well. Made some really nice throws, had a couple of nice rollouts. Did all right.
Mm-hmm. Man, fair play. I mean,
Raiders, Steelers. Last pick.
Yep,
Raiders, Steelers. I'm taking the Steelers. I don't know why you're being what were you hoping for me to do? Why did you let this slip to last?
Really?
Yeah.
The Raiders literally played one of the best games of the weekend. There were 3 teams that played amazing games, right?
I hear you, but the Raiders go on.
Raiders, Bucks, and Cowboys. I think those 3 played the best games this weekend.
Raiders did this last year as well. They would have these really big wins, and the Raiders got me quite a few wins last year when I thought, they're under the cosh. They might do something here. I don't trust them to string a run of games together. I thought last year they would have made the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And I said this like mid-season, like when we first started, I think Raiders are going to make the playoffs, and they didn't. So I am semi-high on them, but I'm still taking the Steelers ahead of them because they need to fix up. I think this is a massive game for the Steelers to really impose what's going to happen to them for the rest of the season.
Are you not nervous about the start the Steelers had?
Oh, 1,000%. I'm just more cautious of the Raiders than I am of the Steelers because the Steelers do have Chase Claypool is so good.
This is what I don't get about him, right? He'll just have drops. Just drops. Like at times when you think, yeah, he's got it, boom, he's either won the route or it's contested enough, but he still has the upper hand. But then he pulls out some amazing catches at clutch moments. It's like, why couldn't you just do that throughout the whole time?
On one of the other TVs, I think during the second half, they brought up the Steelers Bills game. So again, I was still watching the Jags and Red Zone, but they had the Steelers Bills game. And I was maybe just the plays I was watching when he was so impactful for that offense, especially for an offense who we've said struggled to push the ball downfield because Big Ben can't throw for shit. I'd love for them to even incorporate, I don't know, a little flea flicker or something like that, maybe to give him a bit more confidence or give him a bit more time. I don't know what he's shook about, but yeah. Anyway,
it's just. No.
Do you feel more or less confident after last week's display as a Steelers fan for making the playoffs?
Halftime, I was done.
I'm not gonna lie, I was loving it. At halftime, I didn't want to say anything, but I was loving it. I
was quiet that whole time. I didn't say nothing. Only at the end did you see my name.
It's a classic you. Yeah, you just say it at the end. You don't back your team like that.
At halftime, I was like, it's the Bills. Okay, they're meant to be doing a madness this year. But come on now, this ain't on. This ain't on. But then you look down, you look back up. You look down, you look back up. And then the swing. 14-10. Then another one. Boom. And then no points. The Bills suddenly just can't connect. Can't connect.
Keeping it 100, did you think TJ was going to be this good? I had no idea he was going to be this good. I was like, whoa.
100%. Okay, no. I knew he had the ability to be this good. But as we know, after getting paid a bag, after these players get paid a bag, I do not trust them.
He loves a strip sack. Oh my Lord. He loves a strip. That hammer, when he sees the QB. Again, I can't believe you let that. Why'd you let that slide?
Because I really thought you were going to put the Raiders.
Mind games.
Yeah, it's one of them.
And again, part of the reason why we do these picks is just battles against each other. Like, why didn't you pick Denver earlier?
Because I didn't have to.
Okay, that's fair then. That is fair.
So I thought those last two picks I thought I might have got away with the Chargers one a bit earlier, but I might have flopped it, which I did. But then the Broncos, I thought I had the Broncos and Steelers in the bag. That's that.
Cool.
That is that.
So those are the fixtures. So I have got Washington, Steelers, 49ers, Browns, Pats, and then I've also got Chargers, Chiefs, and Lions. And then you have picked the Saints, Rams, Bills, Bengals, Bucks, Cards, Seahawks. So those were our 8 picks each for this week. I'm really looking forward to it. Some tasty matchups.
Yeah, it's going to be another good weekend. What's
your favorite one from late night fixtures? Because I was going to say that Cowboys Chargers game looks incredible.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
the Vikings Cardinals game can be good if the Vikings get their run game sorted. If they have their run game, that'll be a good game.
So aside from the Steelers game, which other game would you have on from the early kickoffs?
So either a Rams Colts, because I want to just see the Rams.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I think it's Rams Colts, to be fair.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly the same. I was going to say. Obviously, Colts are in our division as well, but Ram Colts will be the other game I'm going to have up.
100%. Dolphins Bills might be a good one just to see if the Bills are going to snap back, or if it's just like a one game thing, or if it's some problems that they're facing.
So I'm not around this Sunday, but I've got an extra desktop. So right now at work, I've got like my work laptop, 2 screens, and I've also got my laptop. So I'm hoping to get Red Zone on one, Jags on one, and then 2 other games in the other. So that's 3 games. Oh, Jags, Red Zone, 2 other games. That is the ideal setup, but I'm not brave enough to put any of the streams on my work laptop. That is it for the week 2 picks. Any closing words, Jay?
There isn't any, just all the teams that I've picked go hard. Steelers, win regardless. I'm okay with that. What happens if the Steelers go on an undefeated run like they did at the beginning of last season for you?
Then they'll get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs, so it doesn't really matter.
But then surely it's not like, it's not coincidence if it happens at least 2 years in a row.
What do you mean?
Like they did 11-0 last year and then 11-0 this year. That just means surely they just have to tweak some things and they carry out a perfect season. And
if tweak that thing means adjusting the first letter beginning with a Q, second letter ending in a B, is that not where the issue lies?
Maybe. But
shout out Jamar Chase, shout out the Bengals. Hopefully they do well this year. That's it. I'm done.
Oh, Jamar Chase came back and he was dropping balls. Not this time. He ain't.
He was dropping balls once he caught them in the end zone.
Yeah, he fooled everyone.
That's it for me.
There's a gents.
Back week 2.
See you next week.
Week 1 jitters are over. I know what my oppositions are doing.
Big game. Let's keep it going, lads. Ladies and gents. See you next time.